So my stuff got stolen on Etsy. It sucks. It really sucks. But let's talk about it because I learned some things. For those of you who don't know me, welcome. My name is Preston, and I sell laser engraved products and digital laser engraving files on Etsy for the past several years. And the digital shop is relatively new. I started in January 2026 with a really lofty goal to create 1,000 listings by June of the same year, and actually succeeded that goal early. Made the 1,000 listing goal on May 10th. I was really proud of that. I had a lot of success with this Etsy shop. Adding the digital listings has been huge for me. And I make no qualms about it. I create my designs using ChatGPT. I've created my own GPT that helps me create laser designs that are optimized. And I'm very open about this in my shop. I have a disclaimer in my listings. And I go the extra mile for my listings to make sure that stuff engraves the way it should engrave. It's not just drag and drop into ChatGPT and then into Etsy. It's actually paying attention to what the file looks like and making sure there's nothing weird going on, making sure that it's truly able to remove the background out of it, which I do for my customers. Make sure those lines are nice and sharp. I put a high quality 300 DPI on all my listings for PNGs. And then for SVGs, I'll either use an SVG generator called vectorization.org, or I go into Xtool and actually create the SVG based off a trace to make sure everything engraves nice and well. I'm honest about that. And I know that in a world of generative AI, that we're all just kind of iterating of iterations. It's when we're creating these Etsy listings, PNGs, whether you're creating shirts or mugs or whatever, and you're using generative AI, I know it's kind of the snake eating its own tail. So I just try to be really careful about making sure that my designs don't mimic or look too much like someone else's designs. Like, we're all creating America 250 stuff right now. I mean, it's no question about it. But I just want to make sure that my listings don't look like someone else's listings because they're doing their own thing and I want them to have success. I expect the best out of people. I'm one of those guys. I always expect people to do the right thing. I'm a humanist in a lot of regards. And I believe that human nature, for the most part, people genuinely want to do the right and good thing. So I was shocked a little bit. Maybe I shouldn't be. Opened up Etsy a couple weeks ago, and one of my best sellers was copied almost one for one. There was like one little thing that was changed, and but it was same layout, same font type. It was very clear that this was something that this person either screenshot a whole bunch of laser designs and dropped them in, or went to mine specifically, dropped it into their ChatGPT or AI or whatever, and created their own version of it. That was identical, nearly. So I went to my dear friends at the Scaling Society. I can drop a link below. It's a good way for you to support my shop if you would like to have a community that is safe and fun and informative about Etsy. It's run by my dear, dear friend, Lizzie Smiley, who is the CEO and the voice of the podcast, How to Sell Your Stuff on Etsy. And I went in and asked, what do you do if your designs are stolen like this, especially generative AI? Because as we probably all know, AI like Canva or Kittle or any of those types of softwares, we don't own the designs that we create. We can sell them. Like Canva, you can modify designs and sell those. OpenAI is pretty clear about, like, you can sell stuff that you generate, but you just don't own it. It's not your property. And so how do you fight copycats without owning property? So a lot of the suggestions that came to me in that group that had success were, we're going to write a letter to the seller in good faith. Maybe they made a mistake. So I got the courage up, wrote a strongly worded letter about, hey, I don't know if you know this, but this design is nearly identical to this design. And by the way, you have about 7 other of my designs that are nearly one for one. And I created a little Canva presentation for them where I had each one side by side. I use eRank to assess my Etsy listings, and they have dates about when they where the listings are recorded or are listed. And it was clear that mine was created first and then theirs, and about a month later. So all that to say, sent them the strongly worded letter. Honestly, was not expecting much out of it. And lo and behold, they sent me a message back. About a day later, I got a message back that says, "I'm sorry, I'll take the listing down. I'll take all the listings down that are yours." And they had said that they used AI to create their images and didn't realize that it was copying my images. Whether or not that's true, I don't care. I was just really happy that they were going to take them down. It was really nice of this person to do this. I went back to Scaling Society, reported my win, rode on my high horse to the comments section to say, "Hey, this worked. I can't believe it worked, but I'm victorious. My listing has been saved." And then 12 hours later, I go back to Etsy, and another seller in another shop has copied that exact same listing, even more so than the first one. It sucks to get your stuff stolen on Etsy. We live in a world that generative AI is the norm now. And folks are going to screenshot Etsy's front page or bestsellers page and drop it into AI and tell it to create images. And so I shouldn't be all that surprised, but it sucks, right? And if your stuff's gotten stolen, you know kind of how it takes the wind out of your sails, especially, I can't even imagine, those of you who are doing like actual artist creations and then those things getting stolen and sold on wholesale websites or whatever. That sucks. You have a little bit more leeway and a few more avenues than those of us who are using generative AI to report and to have those listings removed. But in my case, I took the best road I could. It was successful until it wasn't. So here's the things that I've learned. Number one, just an acceptance. I kept telling myself through this, I don't actually own these listings. I don't own these designs. And that's hard to accept because I have spent a lot of time working on them. We just kind of have to accept it for what it is. So then what do? You can report it. You can do what I did. You could go the route of sending them a strongly worded letter, or you could just outwork them. I'm not a big competition guy. I'm probably one of the least competitive people in the entire world. I like to think that the only competition I have is myself. And so I don't pit myself against any other business or creator or anything like that. I'm staying in my lane and just want to keep my head down and focus. So what I decided to do is I will out design them. I will out create them. I will out SEO them. And out market them too. So if that's what it takes, then that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to keep pushing forward and keep creating and keep making awesome things. Try and take a little bit of extra precautions. I have watermarks and stuff all over my my digital listings, as you should. It adds an extra step. Somebody can't just go in and just screenshot it and go. They have to figure out some way to remove those watermarks, which is getting easier and easier and easier for folks. So it's not exactly theft proof, but it's something that we can do to kind of add an extra step. So I do that, but stuff that I'm cognitively creating, and that I'm putting extra effort in, I'm putting things like original designer in now. But I want to cross-reference that. I want to make sure that my record's also squeaky clean. My goal is Coach Taylor from Friday Night Lights. Clear eyes, full heart, can't lose, baby. We're going to go hard on designs and marketing, and we're going to create the best laser designs that we can make. And I'm going to be proud of the stuff that I make. And I'm if stuff gets stolen, so be it. That's life. But I'm happy with the success that I'm having, and I'm just going to keep my head down and keep working, keep pushing myself to make awesome listings and awesome designs and to do things the right way, because what matters most at the end of the day is my integrity and the way that I conduct business. If your stuff's gotten stolen, I sure would love to hear your story in the comments. So comment down below. Again, check out those awesome links to the resources in the How to Sell Your Stuff community. Your support means the world to me. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully this provided just some insight as to what steps you can take if some of your listings get stolen, or, maybe just some encouragement that, hey, we're going through it. We're going to be all right. So until next time, keep on making that awesome stuff. We'll see you around.